Welcome back everyone to a series where I turn your ideas into brand new Pokemon. Today is going to be an amazing episode. We're going to see 10 new Pokemon, so stay tuned until the end and leave a comment letting me know what you want me to do next. The first idea of the day comes from Cryptic Jaws, who wants a new evolution for Charcadet, but based on the anime character Chainsaw Man. They want it to be a fire and steel or fire and dark type Pokemon, which surprisingly, this viewer also wants a Charcadet evolution of this type. There's also one more viewer, Caleb Brooks, who wants a fire and electric knight Pokemon. So I think that with just a small color change, we can have 3 different versions and you can just choose whichever you prefer. Meet Safriend, the chainsaw Pokemon. It spins a saw blade on its arms at incredible speed. It's so powerful that it cuts through any defense with its signature attack, Chainsaw Blade, which always lands a critical hit. As for its abilities, I decided to give it Flash Fire and Weak Armor, as those are the abilities that both Ceruledge and Armarouge have. As for its stats, I swapped Ceruledge and Armarouge's stats around to create a new spread, so it's now a faster Pokemon with high attack but lower defenses. Considering I gave it an attack that always lands a critical hit, I shouldn't give it Ceruledge's attack as it might be too high. What do you think? This next idea comes from Muraru and the Scrongler, who want a Ramen and Soup Pokemon respectively. So I thought we could make a convergent form of Sinistea, but instead of tea, it's Ramen, which I would say it's close to soup. For the design, I wanted to have long noodle arms that hold the chopstick as if it were a sword. I based the first stage on instant ramen. Meet Sinistock, the warrior Pokemon. A very long time ago, in the region of Kanto, there was an amazing cook who could create the most amazing ramen. Warriors from all over the region would travel just to try this soup. However, for some reason, the cook one day disappeared. Many have tried to recreate the recipe, even to this day. However, no one ever comes close. They say that Sinistock comes from the souls of these warriors who couldn't pass on to the afterlife due to the regret of not being able to try the delicious ramen once more. As for their abilities, I went with Justified as it's an honorable samurai, and Battle Armor representing the protective armor a samurai wears. While not as obvious on this Pokemon, it's much more obvious with the evolution. For the evolution, I actually started with this design instead of first stage, and I originally planned on giving it some kind of Asian cook hat, but on one side, I couldn't justify the Pokemon having a piece of rope on its head, and on the other one, the way it was holding the chopsticks reminded me of swords. So I decided to give it a lid on its head as if it were an Asian straw hat and turned it into a fighting type samurai. Meet Polstewgeist, the samurai Pokemon. While many tried to imitate the original ramen flavour, no one could ever come close. However, every now and then there is a rare Polstewgeist that tastes exactly like the original. Its appearance is also slightly different. Many think that the reason is that the spirit of the original cook resides in this Pokemon. So for the stats, I just reversed Sinister's stats. So instead of high special attack, I gave it high attack. Next, we have a request from your average Pfizer man, who wants a Fire Deer starter Pokemon. Crazy enough, I actually already had exactly that. It was a commission that I did some time ago, so I think that now is the perfect time to show it off. Meet Emberlin, the Ember Fawn Pokemon. This fire type has tiny antlers that glow faintly with heat. When excited, puffs of smoke escape from its tail, which it waves playfully to startle predators. For its abilities, being a starter, it needs to have Blaze as its main ability, and then one more as its hidden ability, which I decided to go with Reckless. Deers can go crazy when they feel in danger, so I think it's fitting, and with a decent attack and Flare Blitz, this Pokemon could go pretty hard. The original request from the client was for the design to be a fire and ground type deer. They had cooled magma as antlers, as well as have some smoke coming out of its tail and hooves. They also wanted most of its body to have a dark, ashy colour with some red in it. Meet Magmalope, the molten deer Pokemon. As it matures, magma begins to solidify into rocky antlers on its head. This Pokemon is quite calm and graceful. However, if it feels in danger, it will smack you with its antlers, which will be destroyed by the impact as they still haven't solidified completely. However, they don't take too long to grow back. For the final design, I really wanted to go all out on the antlers, making them look majestic yet dangerous. I gave it this gooey look and a texture like if it had layers of magma, just how in real life it cools down and it stacks on top of each other. I also gave it a nice flowy ruff to give it a more interesting silhouette. Meet Magmarunt, the Volcano Stag Pokemon. Legends say that they appear in forests after volcanic eruptions. Its powerful antlers radiate immense heat, and smoke flows from its hooves, burning the ground as it strides like a living furnace. As for the stats, from its design, I would say that the most logical thing is to give it a good attack and decent speed, which would pair well with its ability Reckless and the move Flare Blitz. Hi everyone, we're about halfway through the video, so I just wanted to announce that our Pokemon Legends ZA is coming out soon, and a few new Mega Evolutions will be revealed. I think it would be interesting if for the next video I design a new Mega or two. So let me know your ideas for Mega Evolutions and I will draw them for you. Anyway, let's continue with the video. Next, we have a request from Rose, who wants a Pokemon to have a nutty look, as well as a request from this viewer who wants a Horse Knight. Yet again, what a coincidence, I already had a design that meets both these criteria, so I think now is a good time to show them off. You would probably recognize these designs, as they were commissioned to me by Pokédex fillers a few months ago. Meet Pornut, the twin Pokemon. This grass and ground type Pokemon always comes in a pair. Farmers often use them as guards for their garden. They bury themselves underground, and once they detect someone's coming through the vibrations of the floor, they will pop right out to defend their land. As for the evolution, the idea came from a pun that I thought of a long time ago. Just a peanut that's a knight, so a P-Knight. Peanuts also have shells, which is like armor. I have quite a few ideas in stock that I write down whenever they come to me, and every now and then I'm lucky enough to get a request that fits the idea. In this case, the request came from Pokédex fillers, who needed a 2-stage grass and fighting type Pokemon. While my original idea was for it to be a ground type, fighting type still worked well with the concept, so I went along with it. However, just to keep things a little fresh, I thought that for this video I could change its type and description to what I originally had in mind. Meet P-Knight, the flail Pokemon. Its body is formed by 8 different paw nuts, who each control a different body part. When they get hit by a massive attack, the body breaks into these 8 parts in order to soften the damage. However, they will immediately group up again and strike back. So if you want to defeat this powerful Pokemon, try and attack the individual paw nuts before they regroup. As for its abilities, I think that Stamina would be fitting as it's a horse, as well as Battle Armor. And for its hidden ability, how about we go with Harvest? It could work well with a tanky Pokemon like this one. And as for its stats, it obviously needs to have high defenses and at least a decent attack. Next, we have a request from Canapsis, who wants a cat or cow Pokemon, which is quite funny honestly, because I literally have a Pokemon who was originally a cat and I turned it into a cow. That's right, I'm talking about a Convergent Mew I did, also a commission for Pokédex fillers. As you all know, he spins a wheel to determine the type, which in this case was a normal and cosmic type, the custom type of his region. This was quite a hard concept to think of, so I searched for animals related to aliens. And what did I find? Cows. Yes, cows are often depicted to be abducted by aliens, and Mew just so happens to have low detailed ears that could work as horns, so all I really needed to do is add an extra pair of ears and paint it black and white. Meet Mew, the common cow Pokemon. While Mew might be an incredible rare Pokemon, Mew is super common and weak. The only thing it took from the ancestor of all Pokemon is its appearance. As for its ability, I had to give it Sap Sipper, as it's a common grass eating cow, and Normalize for its hidden ability. Pokédex fillers probably gave it its own stats already, but I can't remember what they were, and I can't be bothered to search for them, so I'll just give it what I believe it would have. Something low, but not too low, as it is a fully evolved Pokemon. And being a cow, I imagine it having a high attack stat and decent HP to give it some bulk, as I would imagine it learning Milk Drink. Next, we have Mew's clone. Just like Mew, this Pokemon was cloned to create a powerful Pokemon, so I had to create a cow Mewtwo. I actually had an idea for Cosmic type evolution for Milk Tank, where its udders become these spheres that look like the bottom of an alien ship, which it uses to attract enemies using gravitational powers. It's quite weird, but the whole idea was silly from the start, so why not go all out? Meet Mewtwo, the clone Pokemon. Aliens came to this planet searching for the all-powerful Mew. However, they came across Mew and got confused thinking that they were the same Pokemon. So they created a clone out of it. While not as powerful as Mewtwo, thanks to the really advanced technology that they have, they were still able to create an incredible powerful Pokemon. As for its abilities, it keeps Sap Sipper from Mew, but I changed Normalize into Gravitate, a made up ability that turns normal type moves into Cosmic type while also getting a 20% boost. Stat wise, I do think it should be quite powerful, maybe an inverted Mewtwo, but with the stats lowered a bit. I wouldn't want to overshadow the OG. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Also, what do you think of my new outro? I think it's absolute crap, but I only had $1 budget for it. So remember to subscribe so that I can afford a decent outro. Bye!